Three, two, one, action. I saw something online and it was like Gen Z, millennials, and the battle that goes back and forth. I don't know which one we belong to.
We are millennials, of course.
Okay, all right. Forget it. You still be millennial. We can never be
Gen Z.
It does not matter how.
Even if we are looking young, we are not Gen Z, I beg. Gen Z people,
not.
They are not that level. All right, let's start again.
What are you starting?
Have we started already?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Hi. This is Afi speaking. I have my crazy friend here.
My name is Fumi. As usual, we are here to talk about the things that we go through as widows, our candid viewpoints on our experiences as widows, as mothers, as working mothers, and how we balance and juggle everything, and as immigrants in the UK. So we are talking about different things, and you'll be surprised that our conversations can flow from one topic to the other all at once. So
seriously,
please bear with us.
So we actually we started talking about dating and being on the dating site, because it's different from the time when I first got married and all. I never got onto any dating site. I met my husband. I was introduced to him by a friend, and
in the organic way, the traditional way people,
traditional
meet.
Way. That time we used to go out, so everybody met on the streets. Not like now where we are, which streets?
Even if you're going out on
I don't know if I told you about, for the first time, somebody horn, ping, ping, ping on the road in UK, street of UK, ping, ping, ping. I've never heard it before.
That is very unusual.
I heard it, so the person did what do you call it?
360.
James Bond. Turning around key with the car.
Was he driving a fast car?
It looks like a fast car actually.
Really?
White car like that. Turn, but now Nigeria, now we the horn like that, because I never see any Oyibo. Stop that.
Sorry,
that's our people.
My people want to.
You're not. We are not.
Usually, you're not supposed to.
We are correct. You can get people Nigeria any day, any time. That is the thing.
What was the idea of him pressing his horn though?
No, he was trying to catch my attention.
He could have parked. Well,
no, he couldn't park at that point.
Okay.
But then he did park last. That's after doing driving 3 different times. He'll pass me. He'll go and turn again. And
okay.
I was like, man, I was
it's not fine, babe.
I was feeling myself babe.
There's a high you get from being
chased.
I wanted to use chase, but I'm like,
no. But that's the word. That's what we grew up near. I mean, there are different slangs that's used now. But then back in the day, were boys chasing you.
Chasing. You feel very desirable and seen, which is good. I mean, I remember there was a day when I went to take the boys from school, and then we're just walking down, and then there was this guy that he was in his car and he was parked in front of a house. Maybe he wanted to see someone, and then he beckoned to me. I was like, are you talking to me? This white guy. And then I moved closer. I was like, you look very pretty. I'm like, huh? The way he looked at me, I felt very desirable. And I was wearing nothing flattering that day. I was just wearing a jacket. I was looking properly frumpy. A mother.
Properly frumpy.
Seriously, there was no effort. It wasn't as if I even had makeup on. No. So I was like, this guy sees me. But of course, he wasn't going to work. He's white, but he's from one of these countries that are Muslim, predominantly Muslim. So the religion was, of course. And then the language barrier, the English. I didn't understand what he was saying. And I think he was trying to pull a fast one on me. The moment he understood that I was a single mother, I was just trying to get into my pants. So he wasn't really going anywhere anyway. But at that particular moment, Afi, I felt very seen. So when you're saying that this person chased you, there's something that you get from that, hey.
You just start smiling to yourself,
I still have it. I still have it again. So I get you. I do get you. I do get you.
You get that. But then after a while, your senses come back and you're like, baby, put yourself together, put yourself together.
This man is not speaking the language you want him to speak.
Exactly.
He's not saying the things that you like.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, but then I understand that feeling of wanting to be desired by a man again, you know, especially when you don't have a man in a scene, you know, you're not dating. No, I'm not dating now. But then I did date, a proper dating for a few months, and he was a white guy. Nice guy, I must say. Nice guy. Respectful, respectable, had a nice car.
So the car was what
Well, it was one of the things
attracted you to him.
Nah.
Begin to confess so.
No, because you don't see car on the dating site first. That's the thing.
True. That's true.
It was a dating site we met. So it was nice to
converse with someone.
Have someone, and the conversation was flowing. It was nice. I liked it. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, it's fine. We know you liked it. So what's now happened? What?
We saw each other. We did movies together. We did bowling. I went swimming with him once, and we did sunbathing. Oh, wow. So I got to like.
What part of a body are you sunbathing? Because you're already brown. I'm just trying to understand. Did you have sunscreen on at least?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay, continue.
So, we did a lot of just going to, stare at the water, the sea, and talk. We did a lot of talking, which was a good thing to have someone you could talk to.
You had stimulating conversations.
Very stimulating conversations. But for me, what was missing was the fact that he wasn't a Christian. Now, the reason why I went on with that relationship, like that I actually agreed, okay, let me try and see, was because I was like, Afi, you've given excuses for everyone that comes around you or that's tried to come around you. You keep saying, this one is too these, you don't want these, because I've been comparing, and you can't help but compare to what you've had, So I thought, okay, this one, I'm now saying, this person's not a Christian. And I was like, try and drop the standard just a bit. And then I think for me, what made me drop it was because he said he was willing to try. He was open to being a Christian. He even came to my church. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, this seems positive. I mean, it was after that going to church thing that even convinced me, okay, all right, let me give this a try. And, well, I did try. I'm sure the question in your mind is, oh, you're a Christian, it's not a Christian. Did you guys have to sleep with each other or something? No, actually. I mean, I'm a grown-up. If I want to sleep with him, I would if I wanted to. But I told myself, no, this wasn't what I wanted because I didn't want to just start jumping into a man's bed. It was just my own personal resolution and my, I don't want to just call it belief, because this is not just about being a Christian or being religious or anything. I just say I have this personal relationship with God. Yeah. That I just, you just know that, look, this is not what I want to do. And that's how I know. So I said it from the very start. I'm sorry, I cannot sleep with you because I do not want to sleep with a man outside of marriage. And this is something that I feel convinced about,
Absolutely.
So I had that conversation and he was okay with it. I mean, how many men, especially men who are not Christians, do you have such conversations with and they're willing to still give it a try and not, want to sleep with a girl?
Very few.
So that convinced me to actually try him.
Let's try. Let's see. Since it was open to becoming a Christian.
Exactly.
And then there's something about, I always say, the moment sex gets into the mix, it sort of colors your judgment.
Yeah, it does.
Of course, it's fine if you want to sleep. We are not saying don't have sex. we are just talking about our own personal convictions here. But
and
my
that's
own is
your own.
yeah.
That's left for you. If you're a Christian or you serve God or you whatever it is you believe in, that's you. It's a personal thing. Okay, so I cannot impose my own belief on you.
Yes. So, but it does color your judgment. It makes you more sentimental. Things that you're supposed to be observing, taking note of, whether you see it as a red flag or a green flag. Everything is just, it's blood, so you cannot see objectively. You cannot perceive objectively. So that's one reason why I think it's better for one to not, dabble into that. Anyway,
So we were together for a while, for a few months, and then
it
it
ghosted.
just we didn't even sit down to decide that we're not. And that's a new thing that people do now. There's what we call ghosting. And you just like not visit yourselves or talk to yourselves for a bit. And then when you do, it's one kind. And then the next thing, you're like, I don't think we want to do this. So you just silently just stop dating.
May I quickly share
Go
an
on.
experience I had, a similar experience. I talked to you about it, but I don't know whether I remember. So there's this guy that I think that was my first like proper dating after my husband died. Like I went on that was my first date. I remember it was very memorable because my husband died October of 2019. So it was that same October I was just thinking, oh Lord, I would really like to have a relationship. This was when it was 5 years, which was last year, 2024. I'd really like to have a relationship. And then because my friends were like, try this dating app. So I met this guy on a particular dating app. I do not want to mention, so it won't seem as if we are doing an ad for them. And he's a Christian. The dating app itself is not a Christian dating app, by the way. Still on the same sort of the earth thing. So I met this guy. It was really nice. Conversation was lovely. We first went for this coffee date. So people say don't go on a coffee date. I have a friend that says, no, you have to take me on a dinner date. But in my mind, I think I prefer coffee dates because you can always leave if you're not comfortable with the person. But if it's a dinner date, it's very difficult for you to quickly end the dinner date because there are plates in front of you, that kind of thing. But coffee date is just coffee and maybe a muffin.
Did you have to share bills?
No, I've never gone out with a guy that said you must share bills. Oh, hey, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So this
is Niger, babe. We don't share bills. Sorry.
We don't do 50-50.
If you're taking me on a date and you expect me to pay for, come on now.
So it never even came up in the conversation. But this guy is British and Christian. He's divorced. As at that time, he had divorced twice. Yeah, 2 times divorced. But I liked the conversation. There was chemistry. And then we went on a second date, which was by the seaside. We walked, we had fish and chips.
And you were there teasing me that, I'm doing Igbo style, looking at water.
No, I was in some bit. You were doing well, we walked by so it was really nice. But there's something about this ghosting I want to bring out from this experience of mine, which is this. So this guy, every time he comes to pick me up from my house, he would get down and open the door like a proper gentleman. And I asked him, and when we went to this coffee shop, I'm trying to remember the name. But not like I'm doing name brand or adverts or something, but it's a popular place. I just can't remember. And he opened the door before I entered. So everything was a thrill for me. I was like, oh, this is cool.
And it's something we're not used to because
Nigerian men.
We love Nigerian men. We love our people. It's just that we're not used to Nigerian men opening the doors for you.
No,
so
I wasn't used to that. I would read it in books. I wasn't used to that. So I was like,
it was, trust me, it's lovely to experience it.
And there was chemistry. Mm-hmm. So everything was, except for the part where it was like twice divorced. And I don't want to go into the reasons for the divorce because I asked him the 2 divorces he had. So anyway, he'll pick me up, he'll open the car door. We are going into a place, he's opening and he's coming after me. And then when I want to sit down, it would properly draw out the chair, ensure that I sit before he goes to his own side.
Full works, man. The guy opened the whole tap.
The guy was lovely like that. So after the second date, we were just talking about taking it further. In fact, we're planning on maybe traveling to London or somewhere, you know. I said I wanted to see some museums, and it was like, okay, but London can be very expensive. So we're having, conversations, taking it to the next stage, which would have been the third date. And then I just remembered, okay, there was something he also did. So there was a time at work I was very cold. The radiator wasn't working. So I was like, I'm cold. And then he brought this. I now asked him, do you have a hot water bottle? It was like, yeah. So he brought it. So it was like a knight in shining armor. That proper, everything was. So when he dropped me after that second date, he was supposed to, I noticed he didn't get down to open the door like he would.
Was it the second or the third date?
The second date.
Okay.
It was the second date. We're planning the third date at the end of the second date. So he didn't come down from his own side to open the door for me. So I was still feeling I was still on the high, riding on the high of the evening was lovely. And I was supposed to give him, he now reminded me of the hot water bottle. I was like, okay. So I sent him pictures. After we said bye-bye, I sent him pictures. I just noticed it was a bit withdrawn. I sent him pictures that we took together by the seaside. And then his response was a bit like distant. I was like, oh, maybe because he's tired. He still had to see his daughter that night, something like that. So I gave him an excuse. The following day, I gave him an excuse. By the second day, like the third day, I don't know, like 2 days after the date, I now messaged him that what's going on. He now said, see, I like you a lot, but I am not sure I'm ready for a relationship. I was like, okay, that's all right. I just said, that's all right. I didn't bother to say, what do you mean? There was no need for tantrum. Mm-hmm. But you see that ghosting part, I think it started from the end of that second date. Whereas in my mind, I was already thinking, I like the vibe of this guy. I am going to try for a third date. Mm-hmm. I am out there, putting myself out there for a third date. He had already withdrawn. So when they ghost, you might be seeing the signs. They might be showing you the signs. It's just the picking up of the vibe or the whatever it is that they are throwing into the atmosphere that you might not catch immediately. But when they ghost, they do ghost.
And that's you will see end. That they are ghosts. Ghosting is just the ghost. As in, how, do you ever see ghosts? No, you don't see ghosts. Exactly. So when they ghost, like, you won't see them again. That's the thing.
In Nigeria, I still tell you that, I like you, Sha. I like you. But when Oyibo ghost,
I think it's not just about Oyibo, if I use that word. It's not just about being whether it's you're British, you're Nigerian or anything. Even young people these days, they talk about ghosting. It's on social media, ghosting and stuff. And in our time, when I say our time, it's not as we're old. I mean, like our younger time before we got married.
When we were still really doing letter writing to our boyfriends and girlfriends.
Yeah, there was really no ghosting, or we weren't using that word, so we're trying to get used to it.
It's a Gen Z term.
Okay, please.
I think.
Right now, I don't want any Gen Z terms, expressions, attitudes around me at all. Mbanu, please. Mbanu means no, please. No. So basically, these are some of the dating things. I mean, I've had someone on the dating sites where they come and they're telling you, ooh, you look beautiful. Can you wear a tongue? No, not a tongue. What was that thing? Can you wear
pantyhose?
Hose. No, but there was a way, particular was a hose or something, and I'm like, I don't understand. What has having a conversation about on the dating site got to do with you wearing a hose and a garter or something? And I'm like, seriously? And then I'm like, I'm frustrated already.
Oh, you do get that a lot. It comes with the territory. Like, you're putting yourself out there. There are people that are putting themselves out there for affairs or for one-night stands. So if you manage to now despite the fact that you might have put it in your profile that I am single, ready to mingle, or I'm looking for a long-term relationship or a serious relationship, a relationship leading to marriage, however you couch it, they are looking for affairs. So when the two of you now jam yourselves, you are not speaking the same language. I've had somebody that I was like, he's from Scotland. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I've never been to Scotland before. And then we talked briefly. And then the following morning, I think it was a Sunday, and he was chatting me up, and I was like, there's a part of him that is rising, or that has risen. Anyway, the implication was that he was probably getting, something down there. I just blocked him straight because I'm like, oh dear Lord. You do get a lot of when you're trying to fish, your net might catch all prawns, even rocks. So it comes with a
crawfish.
It comes with the territory of I'm looking for a relationship. So
as you just said that, I'm reminded of a Christian, or he said he was a Christian. On his profile, you could see that he was working in a church.
Oh, nice.
And he told me that he stayed in an island, not a bit of a distance from where we are, and I was like, oh, it's good to actually get a Christian. And he told me this was the person he was. He had a couple of children, I think. He wasn't married, and this is that. And I was like, okay. He works with the church. He does this on Sunday, but then he actually works proper the days of the week in the church. And I was like, okay, well, at least this is a Christian. But let's see. And then we start a conversation, and then he goes all strong in the conversation. He's talking a lot, and you're like, okay, I get it. And then the next thing, he doesn't say a thing, and then you're wondering, hi, I just asked a question. Because you need to ask these questions. That's what I learned about the site. Ask questions, get to know yourselves before you even take it off the site and start exchanging phone numbers, So I was like, okay, and then he doesn't. And I found that I had to, at some point, say, are you really serious about this? And he was like, yes, it's very serious. He wants it. He likes what he's, saying about me, and stuff. And I was like, can he get my number? This is his number and everything. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, this is a Christian, so let me have your number. I gave him my number. And I think he probably just sent one message or something. I responded and I asked the question, or I responded or whatever, and I never got to hear any other thing again.
Away from the site itself, the dating
away from
app.
the site on phone. And then when I didn't, I wasn't getting that prompt response. And
Maybe
when I mean
busy.
prompt, you busy for how many days?
Oh, okay.
So I just thought, look, no, I don't have time for this at all. You're trying to make something work. There has to be some corresponding response. There has to be an interaction to actually know, is this what I want or not? Or to get to, and that's another thing I've noticed, even if you don't end up dating, can't you be friends at the end of the day or something?
No, I'm not looking for friendship, please. please. Why would I want to be friends with you?
Not on the dating site,
no,
right?
No, I'm not looking for friends. I have friends. In fact, I don't even have time for the friends I have. Why would I now be adding, if it doesn't work as boyfriend, girlfriend? I will now, but back to what you're saying.
I'm just saying, basically, if you start chatting and stuff, and then you find out that, you guys chat well, but then you don't think you'd flow as to actually lovers. Date or something, Yeah, if you could be friends, why not? Just me thinking, I guess maybe it's old-fashioned me thinking.
It's old-fashioned you're thinking. But let me ask you a question. You've been in the UK now for a while. Do you know how much effort it takes to maintain your friendships? Because we are all working. Now, if you make a friend on a dating site and the two of you agree that we are just going to be civil, it's going to take extra effort for you to be saying, hello, how are you doing? So how is your love life now? Have you found someone? Not because you are really you want to be in their lives as their lover, but you are trying to be friends. It's taking extra effort.
Is life meant to be this hard?
Oh.
Is dating meant to be this hard?
Oh.
I'm tired
already. It is exhausting. Believe me, it's exhausting. And that's why I wonder about, dating in this century, in this generation. Are we really getting the good end of it,
Yeah.
Or are we in a century now where we have all those good things available for us because now we are doing it online? Does that make sense?
Well, I did meet. I have like a family friend. No, I don't call them friend. I call them. They're like parents over me here, and their son met his wife on a dating site, a Christian dating site, and they're going on strong. They're doing well. So yeah, there are those.
Yes, those good
ones
stories
that work. Yeah,
they do
a lot
work,
of them.
but I think because first of all, you have to advertise yourself. You take proper lovely pictures.
It's terrible.
Some of the
I
time,
don't
the
have
other
good pictures.
the other party is also hiding. Like they could be using a picture that is not their own, or they could be using a picture that is older than how they currently look, because they're also trying to hide the fact that they don't want to. They think that there might be a disappointment when they do see you, just in case it leads to you having appointments and you see each other. So it's a lot of the virtual input in dating, in online dating. I think half of the time we are not being honest, or the people that you see are not being. Even if you're
It's
coming
like
to
social
everything.
media. Yeah.
Yes, we are presenting our best front, our best everything. Like we are packaging ourselves to say, I need to get this job, I need to get this man. And then when the package is unraveled, you might end up feeling that, oh, maybe this person embellished some of the truth about himself, or maybe this person omitted what he felt that if I hear it, it will be a deal breaker. Unlike when you meet someone in an organic setting. First of all, it's either you guys flow, you like yourselves when you're talking, you're meeting in natural environment without the pressure of I want to date. But the online dating app puts that pressure on you from the get-go, because what you are saying is the reason why I'm there is that I'm looking for a serious relationship. Oh.
True, you're very right. And you have so many things to weed out. So many people, so many profiles to weed out. Because as soon as you get there, you find out that immediately you have loads of men flooding your timeline. Maybe that happens for men as well. Maybe loads of women flood their timeline,
I've had opportunity to speak to the men. They don't get as many because men are visual. Women are more attracted to, let me talk to you first. It's not about the looks really for women. It's about, do we flow conversation-wise?
True,
yeah,
true.
but men, they say a fine girl.
Exactly. So you have a lot of messages, a lot of likes, a lot of hello, a lot of how you doing, a lot of, oh, I like you, whatever. What are you doing? And all sorts. And you're like, oh my God. Okay. No, swipe.
You're overwhelmed
let's
already.
see. Swipe. Yeah, because it's a swiping thing. You swipe
left, swipe
okay.
right.
Let's see this. Love this down, you love it down.
I don't know. Is there an app that says that?
So, favorite it actually is what I meant.
Oh, you mean that you're like, I don't.
Some, and then because you're like, okay, I'll check it out again
later.
later.
You can like it.
Yeah, you can actually. So, and then you basically have to weed through all of it. Then you now start saying, okay, who do I respond to? Who do I not? And then you start having text conversations. For some, you can actually have voice conversations on it. And then you do that, and that's where you're asking the critical questions. Some of the dating sites will help you to bring out some questions that you could ask anyway. But the thing is, I would always want to ask certain questions of mine. Like one of the questions I needed to know was, without asking you directly, I would want to know what your mental state is like.
Absolutely. Very important in this place.
It is very important here. Very important. And yes, not just here, it's very important everywhere right now. The mental state of the person you want to go into any relationship with or to date, even if it's one date, the mental state is very, very key.
Absolutely.
So you're looking at all of that. Like my friend told me, she said, look, Afi, you have to kiss a lot of frogs before you get to the prince. And I'm like, I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. I'm alive.
Natasha Bedingfield wrote a song like that, sang a song like that. Tell me how many frogs do I have to kiss before I find my prince? So it's crazy, the kissing part. So how many frogs have you
Not
kissed?
literally. I was just about to say not literally kiss,
Of course.
But in all honesty, just one.
You've not had a bit of action, have you? We need to send you back into the dating game. My life is more interesting.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear about it, girl.
No, I've told you. I've told you.
My baby's.
I've told you more than enough, please.
What do you mean? You've told me. You've not told them. The thing is, I mean, it's a natural thing. We're not kids here. There has to be kissing, and but just be careful, though,
Yeah.
because there are some STDs that pass through mouths.
Ew, Jesus. Oh my God.
Just kidding.
Oh my God.
She said, ew. Just kidding. Forget I said that, okay?
Yeah.
But basically this is about dating. Now my love life is it's not even a mess because it's not existing. Exactly.
It is a jump start.
Help. I think it has to start with my dating life first, and trust me, it's bad.
So how do we get you back on the dating scene?
I don't know. I think it's got to be a Christian first. I think that's foundation for me, because I think that was one of the things I missed in the one I tried. The one single one. I mean, I went out on a date with someone else. I forgot to mention that. But we went, I think, on 2 times, I think. By the third one, I knew, no, I didn't want to go further, because there are certain things that certain things I just want to see in my man, certain things I want to feel, certain smells, certain sights, and if you don't appeal to me in those ways, it won't work, So I had to cut that one off before we didn't even get any footing at all. But it was interesting conversations we had. This person was a graduate, university and everything, and was into my line of career, sort of, and
media.
It was not exactly media, more like the consultant in
PR
for media people,
right.
when assessing your risk and all of that stuff. I think I've said too much already about
no, nobody's going to know him. Do you know how many of them are on dating sites?
So basically, we spoke close to the same language, but then where we were headed wasn't the same, and that's another thing. I always want to know, where are we headed? So for him, he wasn't interested in marrying at the end of the day. He wasn't interested in God. He was spiritual. And when he said spiritual, what he meant was he believed in reincarnation, and you could come back as animals and all of that stuff. And it didn't align with my beliefs. So already I knew, no, we weren't going to go anywhere. And that's the thing, please. And I'm a widow, but I still have a choice.
You still have standards.
I still have a standard or standards. I still know what I want. And please, don't be scared. Don't be too vulnerable, too weak to go after the standard that you want, okay?
Like the advice you gave to me earlier in a private conversation. Do not drop your standards just because. And it is okay to actually be single. I tell myself that.
It is.
Like, if at the end of the day, it doesn't pan out well, it is still fine.
Sure.
You must be comfortable with yourself enough to be able to say, yeah, I can still do life alone without a man. It's not a do or die. It is when you make it a do or die that you end up settling for just anybody.
And if I remember correctly, I did say just what you said. The way I said it was, you know what, you've done it before. And maybe you really did love what you had then, This is an opportunity to up whatever it is you had before.
Up the ante.
And even if you can't up it, to have close to or similar to what you had before.
Not drop the
standard.
standard.
Thing is, if you're not going to be content with what it is that is before you right now, if you're not going to enjoy what is before you right now, there's no point getting into it.
If your heart isn't singing, oh my Lord, do re mi fa don't bother. And it has to be continually singing. Not that it sings today, tomorrow you're like, oh, what am I doing? Is this person the right person for me? There's no up and down in this. You have to be completely convinced that this is fine. This is fine by me. Even if people don't like him, you're the one that is going to like to be in the relationship with him. Oh, yeah. Your heart must continually sing. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. So if you're going into it again, then do it right this time. Even better than the first.
Absolutely.
On that note, bye from me.
Au revoir. From me to you.